shit because you abandoned your kid.
IP2.
Abandoned your kid.
10. Here you go. Ski Mask is a little hoe. We gonna put him up on the television show. Let me see your face.
All right. Here you go.
Here you go. Ski Mask is a little hoe. We gonna put him up on the television show.
You're so great. Oh, Randy, you're a piece of shit. Well, that's the truth.
You're on, but what, you want to have I'll let you talk, but if you want, we should do a little freestyle battle. I'm kind of in the freestyle mood.
I can't rap no more.
I'm not that good, but, well, yeah, you're not in a good mood. We won't
You're
mess.
hype. You're hype, though. You got all the energy.
Dude, I see how you get, though. You get that little in you, and it's like, you gotta,
Fuck you, skip, skip, skip. Fuck you, skip, skip, skip. Fuck you, skip, skip, skip.
All right, here you go.
Here you go. Ski Mask is a little hoe. We gonna put him up on the television show. Let me see your face.
All right, here you go.
Here you go. Ski Mask is a little hoe. We gonna put him up on the television show. 2 locks right here, tatted on your chest.
And here you are.
Here you go. Ski Mask is a little hoe. We gonna put him up on the television show. Let me see your face.
All right, here you go.
Here you go. Ski Mask is a little hoe. We gonna put him up on the television show. Oh man. Here you go. Ski Mask is a little hoe. We gonna put him up on the television show. Let me see your face.
All right, here you go.
Come on, fight motherfucking train.
Yo, welcome to the NJCourts show. I welcome you, take a ticket. Now you're gonna get kinda lifted, cause I know some of you like a tough puff, get it? Oh no, but to get your popcorn and welcome to the show, cause we're about to get it when we get we roll. Yo, that's what's up, about to get a hug, about to show this allegation, that's what's up. Oh, I don't like to lie, I don't like to allegate, I just got the facts and I hate why. But why do you wanna try with me? Do you wanna lie? Cause I'm about to show you how I get thrifty, and that's how I got this shit. I'm about to not embarrass you, but I'm about to get with it as I put it down. Got the straight facts and I don't clown around, yo. So welcome to the NJC show. Wait, did I say NJ and NYC show? Yo, I don't know what's up. I'm kinda lifting on the 40 ounce of that drink. What's up, yo? Here we go. Welcome to the fucking show. It ain't about ski masks, it's the controller, yo. So sit down, don't clown around, don't take a blue, cause you're about to pass out.
Your court television news starting now.
Oh, it is very much starting now, and this is very much your court television news with NJCourts TV. Just kidding. Hey, everyone, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. I'm just trying to be a little excited today because it is Friday. For the most of us, tomorrow and Sunday is a time off for us to enjoy a little bit to ourselves, to do whatever we'd like versus being stuck in our 8 to 5, as they say. But I welcome you and I thank you all for joining me this evening. It is Friday. It is the 28th of April in the glorious year of 2023. So let me just switch over to the comment section so I can say hi to everybody here. And you know what? We're going to go back to the old fashioned. We tried a little bit of saying hi towards the end. Sometimes I forget, and I don't like that. So for tonight, I'm going to go back to the old fashioned of saying hi at the beginning. If I missed your name, hey, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll catch it at the end, but I'll try my best to get everybody. And I want to welcome everybody. First off, I want to say hi to the mods this evening. I think I've seen a few of you already, but we're going to scroll up. I already see plenty of the jury members, and I do got my phone right next to me, so I can see all the jury members out there. So thank you all for joining me this evening. I can see all the jury members' emojis. So if you're new to the jury, hey, you got some pretty cool emojis to play with this evening. So if you see all those really cool little, like the gavel and a lot of crazy little pictures, those are emojis that the jury members have. So if you're interested in joining, that's how you get one of those emojis. But welcome, jury members. And most importantly, welcome everybody to the NJCourts show. So let's start from the top here. Let's see, who is my OGs today? Who are the OGs? All right. Whoa, Dave. What's up? Dave joining in as one of the OGs today. Good evening now. Cesar, good evening. Alpha, good evening. See here. Tammy, good evening. Did we already say hi? Okay, we did say hi to Cesar, so I didn't want to miss you. SoCal, good evening, SoCal. And one of our mods this evening, welcome. JKBMKL, welcome. Super Roofer, welcome. And one of our jury members. Helica, welcome. Heinz Lee, and if I pronounced that wrong, I apologize. The WAP 99, welcome. Lisa Lynn Marie, welcome. And another one of our jury members. And Tammy, I forgot to say, is one of our jury members. All right, let's go down. Freedom Deep, howdy, and welcome. Let's see, Ainsley. Okay, sorry, we already got you. Alberta and Stella, hello. And another member of our juries. I haven't seen you in a while, so good to see you. All right, let's see here. Going down. Alpha Kenny 1, welcome. Going down. Jennifer P, welcome. Another member of the jury. Princess Pavati, welcome. Julia, welcome as always. Jennifer P, welcome. And another member of the jury. Gas Station Boner Pill, welcome. One of the funny names for the night. Like I said, what's up? Janaise. I always say Janice or Janaise. One day we'll figure it out. But welcome, Janaise World. And hey. Oh, shoot. I just went out. Okay, hold on. I lost my place. Oh, no. We'll start from the top again. No, I'm just kidding. I know where I'm at. Here we go. Snurt, what's up, Snurt? Good to see ya. Reality Nancy. Good to see ya. Just Jen, welcome. Wait, that's not the real Just Jen, is it? Let me see here. Oh, it is. I don't know why it doesn't show you on this end as the mod. See it here. Well, that is the real Just Jen, so welcome. And another one of the mods. Welcome, Miss Just Jen. Thank you for joining us. Joe G, welcome. Thank you. And Joe G is another one of our moderators. And a member of the jury. All right, going down. I promise we're almost done. People are like, stop typing. Lydia Noel, welcome. All right. I'm going. And if I missed your name, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to hurry up. All right, we made it. We made it to the end. And if you just joined us and I missed your name, I'm so sorry. I'll try to catch you at the end. So welcome, everybody, this evening. All right, so we got a lot of things going on. First off, let me just start with the little house rules so we get those over with. Most of y'all already been here. I recognize a lot of the names. Big Rat, what's up? Simple and easy. Please respect each other, respect the mods, follow TOS. We don't ban for opinions here. Just because I may dislike your opinion or what you said does not mean you're going to get banned, okay? Simple, like I said, just respect each other, the mods, follow the TOS guidelines. If you do break one of those little rules, you'll get a timeout. Unless it's something really serious like doxing, you're just going to get escorted out by one of our bailiffs out of the courtroom this evening. So, but generally, you get a timeout. If it happens again, then that's when you'll get escorted by one of our lovely bailiffs this evening. But, we never usually have any problems, and that's the reason this chat's always on fire. I love the chat, very opinionative. We learn a lot from the chat. You guys know, like I said, and keep it respectful. We're all adults, okay? Most of us, I hope. I know some of us don't act like it, skeewy. But you know what? Hey, hold on, SoCal. Sorry, I see that. I just gifted 5, and it didn't show up again. Dang it. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. If it did go through for some reason, thank you so much for that. We'll check into that and see what's going on with that. So, but thank you, SoCal. I appreciate starting the evening off with the gifted of 5 memberships. So, And Alberta and Stella, I see you just gifted a membership. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, thank you all. And the other thing I just wanted to get to was just the e-bagging for the evening. As you see, I've got a very generous donation goal down there. I'd like to first raise money in case I do get put in jail at some time. I've never been. I don't plan on. Let's see here. But just in case, I would like some bond money. At least $500 would be nice. Let's see here. Blunt wraps. Those, that can be costly. I'm doing about 2 a day. That's about a wrapper a day, $1.99 with the taxes. I'd like about a 30-day supply of blunt wraps. I have a cell phone bill. I did just upgrade from Metro PCS to Verizon, and that's because I love you guys. So I do need help paying my bill because it is a lot more than what I was used to paying with Metro PCS. Hey, Jennifer P., thank you for gifting 5 memberships. That's much appreciated. And I'll go over that here in a second. And lastly, and most importantly, I'm getting low on the PB&J Sammys and all the things needed to make those, like some bread, I do like the jelly, the squirt jelly. That is a little more expensive, but it's a lot easier for me to use. And, I'm not too picky on the peanut butter, but I'd probably say if we can do maybe a $20 goal every month for that I think we can get away with PB&J Sammys for the month with $20. So I'd like to raise probably about what, 500, 600, if we could do $700 this evening, I think that's going to cover everything. Covers the jail bond, my cell phone bill, the blunt wraps, and some PB&J Sammys. For all you that just don't get this, it's a parody. I'm just kidding. But we do appreciate any donations this evening. And I'd like to say thank you for everybody that just started our evening kicking off with some donations. For some of y'all that don't know about the gifted memberships, those are really cool. I don't know how the whole exact analytics works for YouTube, but pretty much they just hand those gifted memberships to people that are very, I guess, like participative in the chat. You do have to have that gifted mode on. It's a setting that you have to turn on. So if anybody's channel you're in, and if somebody gives memberships, you may get one. So I appreciate all the gifted memberships. And for all you that just got one of those, thank you and welcome to the jury. And tonight you'll get to play with those emojis if you got one of those. Hey, thank you so much for gifting membership, Alberta and Stella. That's very kind of you. And then let me just go back. And then Jennifer P. gifted 5 memberships before that. And then we had Alberta and Stella gift another membership before that. SoCal with 5 memberships. So what's that? 10, 11, about 12 memberships. I think people will be getting 12 memberships right now. So welcome 12 new members to the jury. Ba, ba, ba! Sorry, we like to have fun here, okay? We're very serious in this channel, but we like to have fun because without fun, we'd go crazy, all right? Okay, let's see here. And I am reading chat, so I got that going here. I see the gavels going. I see the funny emoji of me already with my mustache. I'm working on the curl. I need to get some of that curl jam, Let's see. All right, cool. So we got everything going, all right? We said hi to everybody. We went over the house rules. We went over the e-bagging this evening, so I think we can start the show now, okay? So I appreciate your guys' patience as always. All right, let us get going. And actually, we did get some donations earlier this morning, so let me actually update the dono goal. 12 times 3. Okay, this should be close. If not, I'm off maybe by $5 or $10, but we're close enough. So with what we got as far as donations from the Walk and Talk, and thank you very much for those that donated this morning, and the donations we just received now, let us update this. That way our buddy Ski Mask can see what being nice to your viewers and doing stuff as far as with your channel helps. If you're going to ask for donation scheme, we put all our donations back into the channel so we can do cool stuff like provide this awesome court coverage, just like we're going to be providing for you maybe again. So something to learn, buddy. And you know what? We tell the truth here. You don't have to lie what those donos are going for, brother. All right, so let's update this ticker here, and then we're going to get this show started because it's a show tonight. We've got a special guest, so you all seen that's going to be our special guest. Well, it's not really like a special appearance because we obviously know who that is. That's going to be Miss Lala, Miss Lauren, who's going to be stuff that went on the RV, including Miss Trina. Okay. Again, this court coverage is going to continue with the Trina Golden coverage tonight. And we are at the end. The last thing we're going to be dropping is going to be the name of the new individual that we're going to start our next court coverage about. So, I know sometimes it ends up being a long show, but hey, if you stay till the end, you'll find out. But don't worry, there's always the replay. So if you fall asleep or, have other things to do, I get it. But before you do that, can you give me a thumbs up, please, everybody here right now? There's 96 of y'all. That'd be so awesome. I appreciate it. Super Roofer, thank you so much for that $2 super chat. Gimbal Fun, thank you so much. And Poppy with the super chat, $9.99. Thank you so much for that, Poppy. All right, so actually, I was just about to update that. 50, 60. All right, I think we're good here. I think we should be pretty good updating this here. So we started with 0. All right, from this morning, we're at about right here. All right, Ski Mask, read it and weep, brother. Read it and weep. There we go. All right. Everybody that's kicked off the show with the donations, like I've said before, all your donations go 100% back in this channel. Some of you new viewers may have just not seen a lot of the live coverage yet. You've probably caught some of the replays, but that is live. We go to these court coverages. I provide some live coverage before. I have permission to film. I go in there, I film, and then right after I'll provide you a live stream that shows you the exact live coverage, maybe a few hours after. So I call it live coverage. It might be a few hours after, but you get it. But, that's where all that, the donations go to. They go to right now. We're working on a gimbal fund because we're starting to do a lot of IRL streaming and I'm making a lot of people very sick. So we're working on a gimbal fund. So, donations this evening are going to go to that. So just please know, everything that you donate goes to help with this channel and is what provides you guys the court coverage that you see and everything else that you're seeing here. So I appreciate it very much. All right. So let's get started here. Okay. Enough of the e-begging. I know. All right. I want to start off with just a brief update on Mr. Ski Mask Andy, okay? This guy's been going off all week, and I know we're tired of hearing of him. We had a talk about him this morning, but I have a little update. That's the only reason I'm bringing this up. This came from him. This is his mouth, as you can say, speaking these words that we're about to listen in this clip. But, you're going to make your own opinion from it. At this point, I think we've seen this before. It's hard to tell if this is something that's really happened or not. I probably am going to start confirming a lot of this stuff here soon with other avenues of doing that. But at this time, we can just go off based what he said. So without further ado, I'm just going to play the clip and then we'll discuss it a little bit afterwards, okay?
Allegedly, yep. Keep putting my cash app out there. Maybe, what happened, bro? That you have your camera off, and it came looking for me. To what happened today? I missed all sorts of shit. It came looking for me. Yep, just about an hour ago. Right before I went to go get cigars. Hey, yep. Allegedly, I don't know. I wasn't even there. Every time I see a negative comment, put in my cash up in chat. I just pin it. How the chat moves off my screen at least. Maybe. What does that mean? I feel more comfortable in a second. No, we don't trust nobody. Oh, damn. Well.
All right, so that was it. Like I said, it's hard to believe. Um, I mean, come on. You think the police have came twice and they've struck out? If that's really the case, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I really find that hard to believe. I really just think this dude is just down to his last, hands and knees. Please, please, I need a cash app. So now I'm going to pretend that the cops came and now I'm hiding out. I got the lights off, hold on. Let me show you. This is what he did today. Okay. He's doing this shit. Hey guys. Oh, yeah. I just came back from running behind the bushes behind. Oh, I'm so dirty. Oh, yeah, they came again, guys. I think I'm gonna start needing my car, or I need some cash apps for a bus ticket. Where should I go? How about New Mexico, huh? We can go to New Mexico. The fuck out of here. That's it right there. Hey, look I can do the same thing, Ski Mask. Oh, and you know what? Thank you so much for those 5 gifted memberships, SoCal. I really appreciate it. Thank you. See? Look we can play the scamming game too, Ski Mask. I'll pretend too that I just from the police. So, like I said, I find that hard to believe. Friday evening too. The police, they don't come on Friday evenings, all right? I believe the first time, fucking 3:00 in the morning, and you saw that dude's face for the rest of the day. I believe it, but I don't believe this bullshit now. The dude is just hurting right now. I mean, he's telling every bullshit story. He's played the whole threat game yesterday, and it's not a game. He may think it's a game, but it's not, okay? That's the thing. Up to now. Oh, and again, he's also a 24/7 replay channel for the NJCourts channel. And he says he's not, but the dude was playing us all day today again. I mean, his viewers must be sick and tired of my voice by now. I see the comments sometimes. I can't stand his voice. Fuck. Ski Mask, you're killing him, bro. Let me turn on the lights. I'll be right back. So like I said, I'll let you guys make your opinion, but yeah, Mori Amor, maybe I am his only friend, but you know what? Fuck him. He ain't my friend. Hey, what's up, Alpha Kenny 1? All right, so that was the only breaking news I had. Like I said, whether you want to believe it or not, I personally don't. I just wanted you all to have a chance to listen to it and, make your own decision from it. But like I said, I don't believe it. I just think it's just another pity scam. That's it. All right, so moving on. Like I said, tonight we're continuing the coverage of the Trina Golden case. I know a lot of you may have just been joining or jumping on this coverage as of this evening, so I'm just going to do kind of just a little quick intro into her again. Again, it's just going to be quick. If you did not catch the introduction to Trina Golden as far as her court coverage, I highly recommend you check that out. It is available as a replay on our main channel. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can say. We're gonna show a little bit of the court coverage this evening, but all it's gonna be is just the portion where the pretty much the public defender's asking for the bail, for the bail to be changed or reduced, and also pretty much revoked. But I'm, like I said, obviously most of us know what happened, but for some of us that are just joining, we are going to replay that part. And it is kind of important just to kind of refresh ourselves to what was going on. It is trigger warning. It is pretty sad. I will tell you that up front. SoCal, yep, Wally Mop a prisoner. I don't know how many molly-whopping she's going to be doing because I know she's got a big mouth, and you know how that gets you in prison. So, but thank you so much for that $5 molly-whopper. So, I'll do a brief introduction into Trina this evening. We're going to go over a little bit of just her court coverage. Like I said, the really most important part. And then we're going to bring on our special guest this evening. We're going to hopefully learn a lot. We're going to hopefully learn a lot more. I think this guest is going to be able to give us a lot better insight than what we can find out just from watching clips. Okay. So I appreciate Lala, or, we know her as Lauren. I've always obviously, watched her when she was on the Captain Cotton's RV, and we knew her as Lala. So, and she goes by both. I've asked, and she said most of us will know her by Lala. So I have her down as Lauren, aka Lala. But yeah, Miss Lauren, aka Lala, will be coming on this evening and giving us an insight on, her experience on the RV, as well as her experience with Trina in LA. Okay. So we're going to have that coming on. And we're also at the end going to be introducing our newest individual or court case that we're going to be covering. It's going to start mainly as just covering this individual and a lot of the stuff that's been going on. And then we're going to, and like I said, with everybody, we're hoping to provide the court coverage as long as it's available, as long as it is an in-person type of court hearing. Hey, we'll try our best to get there. So, all right. Well, with that being said, let me start getting this first clip rolled out for you. For some of y'all that are new to Trina, Trina was an IRL streamer that pretty much came on the scene as a cast member at the time of the Captain Content's RV show. If you want to call it a show, that's what he was advertising it as at the time. I believe, and I may be mistaken, and I'm sure Lauren will be able to correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he was advertising through Craigslist as kind of like this was a type of setup production, and he was looking for cast members. Trina, I believe, saw this Craigslist ad, responded to it, and hence where she met and pretty much started her interaction with Captain Content and the RV and the crew. So that is where I believe Trina hails from. That's where I've personally learned my first experience as far as watching her on a live stream. So I'm going to show a few clips so you can kind of get an idea of what type of streaming she does. Maybe kind of gives you a better idea of what type of person she is. And then, like I said, we're ultimately going to play a little bit of a court hearing that just happened this week. And for some of you that may have missed it, you can catch the whole from start to finish as a replay on the main channel. All right. So for some of you that have never heard of Trina, like I said, that was a brief introduction as far as who she is, as far as on the IRL or, YouTube community platform, or excuse me, not community, but platform. Let's see here. Let's start with the clip here that we didn't see yet. You know what? This actually came from her personal, she still has her YouTube channel up. She is incarcerated right now, but she does have her YouTube channel up still. So these clips came directly from her channel here. And again, we are reviewing this as commentary purposes only. Okay. Which is protected under fair use. All right, here we go.
I am a model as well as an actress and an upcoming aspiring chef. I also do singing. I do improv. I do dance as well. I have been in some films already. I've had played some lead parts. I've also done some improving, as well as some background work in music videos and film as well. I hope to work with you. Thank you.
Happy fucking Halloween, motherfuckers! And cut.
Yep. Oh, that was it. Remember, there was the mollywop and then the and cut. That was the one I forgot. Yeah, she was known for a couple little phrases. One was the mollywop and then the and cut, which you just saw her do right now. So those were just two little quick clips of her, I guess, giving her people an introduction as who she is. I guess one was maybe like one of those kind of like, pre-introduction videos that you send to like, some type of production or video, if you're going to try to be on like a movie or something and you send that to the, what they call it, the people that hire the background actors and all that stuff. But anywho, let's do another clip here. This is one here. So Trina, actually, we'll play this afterwards because this kind of ties into something she says or the public defender says. What I want to finish up is this clip was actually sent to us by last week by Miss Jen. And Jen, I'm so sorry I missed you trying to holler at me, but I actually got this sent to me. We played one little part of it last week's, or I believe it was this week we covered it. Sorry, it's not the week yet. End of the week. We covered it this week, or excuse me, we showed it this week. What it is, I guess, was some type of like reality show that she filmed. And the reason we were looking at this was because we were seeing what date or time frame this might have been that she did this. Because, and we'll get in a little bit more of this once we play the, the hearing tape. But this puts her in California. And pretty much at that time, she was fleeing away now that we've learned a lot more information, away from some charges that you're going to learn of here very soon that were in Kansas, the state of Kansas. So we were kind of just trying to get a better kind of look as to what she was doing in LA, or California, and why the hell she was going on all these shows and pretty much sticking her face out there for everybody to see in the public when she was running away from some serious shit. So I'm going to start with the first clip again. Most of you might have already seen this. It's just a short one. I'm not going to show the whole reality show. What I did is I just clipped the parts that she's talking. So this is going to be like the first part, second, and kind of towards the end. It's just broken up into 3 short clips, okay? So we'll start with the first clip here.
I've committed a crime.
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 One is an undercover cop. If the group discovers who the liar is, they'll split a cash prize. If the liar survives, they win the entire prize. Who is the odd one out?
So what is everybody's name and why are you guys here?
My name is Trina and I'm here because I have DUIs. I also have a lot of traffic tickets.
I'm Jeremiah. My conviction.
Move on to the second one.
The anime checks out.
Yeah. What about yours?
Yeah.
I don't have tattoos because of religious reasons.
Esai didn't have any tattoos. It didn't seem like he had much of a criminal history that seemed like it was really legitimate.
Are those real plugs, or those are the ones that are magnet?
They're magnets, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Good question. Good question.
I have my suspicion, like, why would someone want to wear fake earrings?
So stretching your ears hurts, and afterwards they smell, and I'm very sensitive to smell, so I gag. Did anybody do like any jail time?
Yeah, I did 3 months.
3 months?
I was supposed to do 2 years, but I had a kid that was really young, and the judge kind of felt bad with my health problems at the time. And so he went ahead and gave me a weekend, and I had to do that weekend, and then I was released on Monday.
I did the...
All right, and let's go to the third clip.
As soon as I saw that she got it wrong, I kind of just try to scoot over and be a part of their group.
I get anxiety just riding in the car when a cop gets behind me,
Right.
really. I start sweating, I freak out, I start like looking for my cigarette, I don't smoke really. It's crazy, it's bad. I don't like, I'm so uneasy around cops.
I know that there are good cops out there.
Yep, so this was a show that she participated in.
unfortunately, Hi, so I just wanted to do a video and ask everyone to please visit my GoFundMe page. I appreciate any support that I've already got, all the kind words that I've gotten on my inbox, as times are super hard right now. I've lost now a total of 14.5 pounds. I'm only eating one time a day, unfortunately, due to my circumstances. I am homeless. I just saw the doctor today and found out I lost another 5 pounds, so I'm down to 135, which is not good for me. I'm stressing, so any of your help and support, please, even if you can share my GoFundMe to your social media, that is a blessing as well. Even $5 helps. Anything helps as well. I will attach my Cash App on here as well. Thank you guys so much, and God bless you. Hi, so I just wanted to do a video and ask everyone to please visit my GoFundMe page. I appreciate any support that I've already got, all the kind words that I've gotten on my inbox, as times are super hard right now. I've lost now a total of 14.5 pounds. I'm only eating one time a day, unfortunately, due to my circumstances. I am homeless. I just saw the doctor today and found out I lost another 5 pounds, so I'm down to 135, which is not good for me. Any of your help and support, please, even if you can share my GoFundMe to your social media, that is a blessing as well. Even $5 helps. Anything helps as well. I will attach my Cash App on here as well. Thank you guys so much, and God bless you.
I guess a food truck of some sort. That's just some some news that I saw I was catching in the chat last time we discussed this. Oops, let me put my volume down. Whoops. So again, like I said, you can make up your own opinion, but it seems like she's had a lot of these kind of type of videos where she's gone on and started a fundraiser for a food truck. I guess in this case, she was looking for some help with some of her health problems going on. We're going to jump into the court clip. For some of you that are kind of just still unaware of what's happened to this individual or what they did, I'm going to just go ahead and show you their current mugshot. And that way you can see exactly how, like I said, I'm looking at it just like everybody else in the public is. Again, these are public pieces of court information that anybody in the public can access. So this is it here. We're going to learn a lot about more of these charges once I play the clip. And again, I'm just going to be playing the end where they're talking about the bond. That's where a lot of this information about what she did essentially to get herself in trouble or extradited essentially into Kansas in that section that we're going to play. Okay. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get that started. But yeah, this is her right here. She looks a lot scarier and different than what she does on camera. I'll tell you that. Oh man, those eyes, that's what scares me right there is those eyes, man. So let's jump over into the video. Again, we're just going to play the one part here. So it is a long part. Not long. The whole video is long. So if you want to catch the whole start to finish, you can catch that as a replay. We've already done that on the first introduction into her. And that's available on the main channel. But again, like I said, if this is new to you, this is just going to be one part of the hearing. Okay, so here we go with that. Let's just jump into that here.
Successful, but
fast forward it.
Are we doing anything with the 2015 case, or is that one done?
That is not. That one needs to be called as well. There are 3 cases that are set today.
Okay.
14th at what time?
10.
Ordered to appear in person August 14th, 2023 at 10 o'clock with the court setting aside 2 hours for an in-person preliminary hearing on that date. The court will also call 15 CR 1993. Also to be, that will be scheduled for another scheduling conference on a probation violation. Ms. Sokoloff, your motion on bond.
Judge, can I just confirm it's set for August 14th at 10 a.m.?
Correct. August 14th, 2023, 10 a.m.
Thank you, Judge. My client has 3 cases, as the court's aware. I think her probation cases are set at $10,000 each, and then the felony is set at $100,000 each. We'd be asking for a reduction to $25,000 on the felony case, or any reduction that the court deems appropriate. My client's been in custody for 86 days in Johnson County. That doesn't include the time that she was in custody before she was extradited from California. If she were to bond out, she would live in Olathe with her daughter. She would be agreeable to the conditions of electronic monitoring. She promises to make every court appearance. She does have some health issues that would be better addressed if she were on the outside. And for those reasons, we would request the court reduce her bond.
State's position?
Judge, the state believes that bond is set as appropriate. I don't typically go into the facts of the cases, which the court has before it. However, given that we were prepared to proceed with the preliminary hearing today, I don't think it's inappropriate for the court to consider some of the facts of this case, which are in the affidavit, but also that the state would present evidence that it's a very solid case against the defendant, that she indeed distributed the oxycodone, which Madeline Miller, who was 19 years old at the time of her death, consumed, resulting in her death. This is a level 1 felony. It's obviously the highest felony we have before we get off grid. And given her criminal history, she's facing approximately 15 years in KDOC custody. I know that we've continued this out for negotiation, but I can assure the court that any negotiated resolution would not include the state agreeing to probation for this matter. Furthermore, in the probation revocation matters, the defendant was AWOL for a significant period of time, and I believe she was tracked down finally in California. So she's also a flight risk for those reasons. Given all these factors, we would be opposed to any bond modification and ask the court to keep the bond where it's at.
Ms. Sokoloff, you referred to California. I know in 20 CR 1869 with allegations that in essence Ms. Golden went AWOL on her, and there was a warrant that became active back in January of 2021 that wasn't executed on until it looks like January of 2023, some 2 years later. Was she continuously in custody in the state of California? And if so, why that was? Or was she simply picked up on those outstanding warrants in the state of California and extradited?
Judge, I believe she was picked up on those warrants as she was living in California and then extradited back to campus.
Okay. The bond as set are appropriate to ensure Ms. Golden's appearance at the next court date in light of the overall record in this case and the status and allegations in her 15 CR 1993 probation and also 20 CR 1869 probation, wherein there are pending motions to revoke those probations. Additionally, in 20 CR 1869 alone, There was an outstanding warrant for having gone AWOL on probation that was pending since January of 2021. And also the nature of the allegations in 22 CR 3438 to ensure community safety. The bonds as set are appropriate. The court is denying the bond modification. If you do post, Ms. Golden, the court is ordering you to appear in person August 14, 2023 at 10 a.m. for a go preliminary hearing on that date.
Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Judge.
Seeing nothing further, the matters are adjourned.
Recording.
All right, so that was just, we were catching the end, like I said earlier. I don't know if some of you had heard, but it was a level 1 felony. She's facing pretty much a charge of distribution of drugs that caused or led to a death. And it was a minimum of 15 years she's facing, okay? Pretty serious charge there. Also, if you heard some of the other things going on is she actually was extradited from California. So hopefully we're going to learn a little bit more about what was going on in California, what she was doing. I'm going to show you a clip here for some of you that probably have maybe never even heard of Captain Content or unsure of, who that was or what show. Like I said, he was advertising this as a type of production or show, but I'm going to show you a clip of exactly what pretty much this RV was about. And this is going to be actually, I think Trina, or excuse me, that's how she went by. But Miss Trina Golden, I believe, is the one that's filming on this clip. So I'll let you guys check it out here. Oh, but before I do that, the other thing I wanted to tie into is, I don't know if you guys heard, her public defender was kind of talking a little bit about how they would like her to be pretty much placed outside of jail while she awaits her trial for her medical conditions. So again, using that medical condition again to her advantage. Does she really have one? I don't know. I'll let you all make that opinion, but I just want to bring that up that, again, we saw that with, the video where she was asking for some donations to help her. And then, she did another dono go for a taco truck or something like that. And now it looks like they're bringing up her medical condition again to see if they're going to release her, which I'm so glad they didn't fall for that, because as you heard, the judge asked, the judge was a little bit sympathetic. She asked to see, hey, did she actually turn herself in and do the right thing? Or did you all have to find her? Well, the answer was we had to find her. So one of the things we were asking last week was, what did she do did she do something to get in trouble in California? That's what caused them to, pull up her license, look up her information and say, oop. Or did they actually, kind of do an investigation where they actually had detectives looking for her in California? And they finally tracked her down. And did they track her down because of her social media? That's the thing I really want to know is, did this social media, did her narcissism pretty much get her in trouble? Which I want to say, from what I've seen so far, I want to say it probably has. But enough of that. Let's jump into the stream here. So this is going to be an introduction into pretty much Miss Trina Golden as far as the character she played, which I say character because, again, they said it was a production, but this is her. There was no characters played. This is, in real life, as they say. So this is going to be a scene from one of the her experience on Captain Content's RV. Here you go.
Fuck out of my place.
Start this from the beginning.
No. Yeah, I'm dropping you out of a fucking hotel. No. Fuck out of my place. Get the fuck out.
No.
Yeah, I'm dropping you out of a fucking hotel.
No, okay, I'll just...
You're fucking out! Fucking annoying cunt.
Yeah,
Sick of
guess
your
what?
fucking shit.
Dude, I push you to these buttons, but you're really, you're just a man that's
Get the fuck out of my house! Leave me alone!
You're just, chilling out.
Fuck out, dude.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sick of getting you all done, dude.
Oh, wait, where did my phone go? What the fuck?
Hey, Gales.
Okay, where did my phone go? Can someone call my phone for real? No, for real. I need to fucking find my phone because
You just had it, babe.
He just threw it somewhere.
Well, then I don't know. I promise. I don't know. I'm just chilling here for the night.
Okay,
Captain said I could
sorry.
say night. You said I could
I'm
say
gonna
night,
leave.
so I'm here for the night, right? I'm good?
I'm good. Okay, don't.
Fuck away from me, dude. Fucking worse.
Because I'll lay with Captain. If you okay?
Yeah.
No, it's not funny.
I'm not laughing. I just don't want Captain to be upset because I care about him.
I've had enough of this shit.
But you keep laughing, Goo. You spilled some shit. Wait, something's spilling. Hold on. Something's spilling on Captain's floor, bro. You can't do that shit, bro. I just don't. That's as bad as Tyra. Bro, like,
I'm
shit's
sorry,
spilling.
I'm really nervous. I don't mean to laugh.
I get
don't
that and I
mean
respect
to
that, but like some liquor just spilled all over the place, like for no reason. Bro, this, like when I'm at people's houses, I guess I'm more respectful. I don't know how to do it. Maybe I'm just too respectful. Maybe it's
Should
the
I buy my
wine.
ticket today?
No, get the fuck out now, Jessica.
All right, so that was Trina in the background filming. You know, obviously I would have. There's clips. You know, there's plenty of clips if you guys want to check them out of. You know, where you can see her face physically on the RV. But that was just one I just wanted to play really quick so you could kind of just get an idea of who she was. Some of the characters you're seeing now are individuals. Excuse me. In this clip, the male, for some of you that don't recognize, that is Captain Content. The female with the reddish hair, that's Gucci's. These, again, are their IRL names or what they go by. Gucci's, as a matter of fact, is the female that was striked by Ski Mask. If you've all seen the video of when he pulls up to that group of streamers in Hollywood, that's Gucci's. Gucci's is the individual or the female that he runs up to and punches in the face twice. If I'm not mistaken, he attacks her twice and strikes her in the face twice. So that is Gucci's. Again, the male individual is Captain Content, and the person that was streaming this or filming was, and you could tell by her voice, that was Miss Trina Golden. So that's kind of just a little introduction on the RV. Let's see here. What I'd like to do next is pretty much, like I said, I'd like to get a little bit of more insight as far as, what happened on the RV, how she pretty much maybe met Captain Content. I believe it was through the Craigslist ad, but I want to verify that. And essentially, I mean, if everything based on what I've seen as far as the time frame looks like, it appears that this was during the time that she had pretty much ran away from her charges in Kansas. These are the charges that you're seeing her currently incarcerated and waiting for trial for in the clip that we played. But I wanted to verify, was she doing this while she was running away from those charges? And unless somebody can prove me wrong, yes, absolutely. This was the same time that she had ran away, and she was in Los Angeles, and I guess she had linked up at this time with Captain Content and the RV. And then after they all kind of separated that first kind of crew or characters, which, a lot of characters came out of that RV, or that kind of, I call it a season, if they're going to call it a show, we'll call it a show, out of that first season, whatever. But, most importantly, I think she went on her own. I believe Trina hung out a little bit with another IRL character named Blade. For some of you that know OUMB, you know who Blade is. For some of you that may not have ever heard of that individual, Blade is another IRL streamer that's known in the IP2 community. Same with Captain Content and Gucci's. Trina Golden was featured on the IP2 community during this time. So she was hanging out with him as well as his, I believe, girlfriend or fiance during this time as well. And I'm curious if they knew anything about what was going on. And she's got a big mouth, I'll tell you that. She's always liquored up. So I'm curious to see if she ever opened up her mouth and said something about what she did in Kansas and what she was running from. I'm curious about that. Again, I'm not trying to involve these individuals or start some type of, little rumor, this or that. No, I'm just curious to see what, this individual was doing while she was fleeing from these charges, and eventually, thankfully, got extradited. Like you heard the public, or not public defender, the prosecution say that they had to track her down. They use that word, tracked her down. So again, that is more information that I'm going to be trying to hopefully get this week. We just started this coverage, so please, bear with me. I always like to have a lot more, documents, as they say, the receipts to post. So I'm going to start obtaining that this week. That way, obviously, we can start getting more into the details of what's going on here. As many of you probably heard, the next pretty much hearing for Trina is going to be August 14th of this year. And unless she can pony up, what did we say, about 15 to 25 grand? I think it was more like 15 to 20 grand cash, which would be her 10% of what, I think one of the charges, the more serious one, the one that led the distribution that led to death, that one I believe had $100,000 bond. So 10% of that's going to be 10,000 right there. So, do the math on the other charges. So she's looking, unless somebody can cough up that type of cash, she is going to be incarcerated waiting her day in trial, which is going to be August 14th, unless that changes. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce our panel guest. I'm going to do, let me just give me a second. I think I just want to make sure I already sent them over the link. What I want to do, though, is with the permission of Lauren, she said that I could play this clip, which is going to be kind of an introduction to some of y'all as far as who Lala was when she jumped up on board. When she came on board of the Captain Content RV. Okay, awesome. I see you, Lala. So we're going to get that clip started. And then as soon as we're done with the clip, we're going to just introduce our guest. And I've got a few questions. Really, I'm not going to sit here and ask a whole bunch. I'd kind of just like to hear from Lala as far as her story, an introduction as far as her and what she's up to. And then, pretty much get into her experience with the RV and her experience with Trina. So with that being said, let me just jump into the clip here. I call this the Lala introduction here. So for some of you that have never seen Lala, this is just a clip. Again, this is from her when she was on the Captain Content RV. Obviously, she's moved past this, and this is obviously not going on right now. I'm not really sure Content's doing. I think I don't know if he's even doing the RV thing anymore, but let's go ahead and start that clip.
Why are you trying to flash my shit?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, what the fuck are you doing? You're not assaulting anybody in here. Get the fuck out. Get out. You're fucking nuts. Get out. No.
Yes, I was.
You're not assaulting anybody.
No one was. You assaulted me.
Get out. Get out. Get out. You can't do this.
I didn't say you.
Get out.
Well, I will say this. It might not be the Content RV now, but there was sure hell's a full of content back then. My gosh. Well, without further ado, let's get our guest, Miss Lala, up on the stream here. Okay, sorry, Lala. Let's get this off of here.
Hello, thank you for having me tonight. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. I appreciate you being on here tonight. So thank you.
Definitely.
Well, Lala, I just kind of like to jump into it. If you want to just kind of give us a quick introduction about, kind of who you are and a little bit about, how you got involved at that time, what got you to LA and what pretty much introduced you into the Captain Content RV, if you don't mind.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to take up a whole bunch of time with that because I know we want to talk about Trina tonight, but I appreciate that because last year, So last year I had gotten fired at my job at Sumo Logic. So that's a company that sells software to software developers. And I had done that for 8 years. And I don't have a history of personal accountability, so I would get into disagreements in the workplace and then people would have issues with me and I would quit or I would get fired. So I had kind of a nervous breakdown last May. I lost my job, joined the RV, and my anger manifested in ways that I could never even imagined. And as karma is real, if you put evil out, you get evil back. So all of my evilness was exposed, and people profited off of it. And that's what you get if you are an awful person. But since then, I've taken the right steps. So everyone has different religions. I respect that. But I choose Jesus Christ. I've been forgiven by Jesus Christ. As of March 8th, 2022. I don't smoke weed. That's done. I was high the whole time I was on the RVs. I don't drink anymore. I still smoke cigarettes occasionally. I lost weight. I
see that. I see that. You can tell on your face and everything.
Yeah. So still have acne though, but so that's my introduction, I guess. But right now I still live in my car, full transparency. So that situation's getting fixed. Right now I work in nonprofits. I manage a Goodwill store. I just got that job this week, and that's about it. So,
hey, well, congrats. I'm really happy to hear about your, as far as your, obviously the right direction seems like you've gone at this point. Cause, I mean, we've obviously saw a little clip there, and, you can see it was pretty much a lot of madness going on in that RV. So, I'm glad that you're not drinking anymore. I personally have stopped. Well, I've limited. I've tried to stop liquor, period. But, I still enjoy my IPAs. But, I used to have my times, and I do blame it on that liquor. Okay. And myself a bit. So I'm glad to hear that from you. So let's see. That was last year. You said, I'm sorry, what year did you been or met up with the RV again? This was
May 2022. So 1 year ago.
So
and then
during right after it was right after kind of COVID. Is that correct? Or
okay. Yeah. Yep.
All right. And so how did you find the Captain Content RV? I guess we can start there.
Yeah. So like most people, I started watching IP2. Well, I started watching by watching Blade during RV6. And then I started actually talking to the streamers in November of like 2021. And then Captain said, let's meet up in San Diego in January of 2022. And all through the spring, I kept begging him to let me on the RV. And he's like, Lauren, you have a good job. Your name's not out there. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't put your full name out there. And I was like, I'm doing it. I'm going to be self-destructive. And I joined the RV sometime, I think it's like May or June. And yep.
Well, summertime, that's when everybody's destructiveness comes out. No, I'm just kidding. At least for me when I was younger. But let me ask you this. You said something about, well, we'll talk about it later, but something I wanted to point out, though, is you mentioned something about, you were kind of used as for profit. And I think, I do want to discuss that a little bit. But I think most people that are familiar with the RV saw a lot what was going on. I personally saw a lot of people that, suffered from substance abuse. I saw people that, probably that wasn't the best spot for them to be at in the type of conditions they were. And then, like you said, you're being filmed 24/7, I imagine. And I don't know, how did that work? If you can kind of get into, and here, I'm just kind of going off what I saw. And that's kind of why I really appreciate you being here, because you give us an insight that we don't get to see. So I'm kind of curious as to, I remember when I was watching, there was kind of a mention of like a contract when you were to enter the RV, or, I mean, what was this? Was this like a real production, or was this a scam to look like a production? I mean, I personally have never figured it out, other than it being a shit show, but.
Well, likewise, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to be here. So thank you. But it's definitely, I would say there was no contract. So if we said contract, it was probably, we wish we had forced a contract on Captain, but Captain is not, he's not particularly sophisticated. He just like puts a Craigslist out on his RV and asks people to join and then films them. I mean, if somebody wanted to like sue him, they probably could, but nobody does. So like for me, like substance abuse, you said like there's a lot of people with substance abuse. Like, so me being on the RV, I was like lonely working in software. So I had friends, and then COVID happened, and a lot of my friends moved away from the Bay Area where I was living and living with them and working. So I was by myself in my apartment for like 2 years, and I was just watching IP2. And I was like, well, maybe I could be friends with them. Like, I don't know if anyone else has done the creepy parasocial thing, but that kind of what IP2 became for me for a little bit. And then I joined, and it was horrible. I was just high the whole time, and I was just like looking for friends. And you know, the other RV streamers, it's kind of a similar situation. It's weird. Nobody was on that RV trying to make a career opportunity or make money, maybe besides Captain, but we were just all a bunch of like really fucked up people who were all high or drunk or both, including Andy Dick. And we were just hanging around LA all summer because we didn't have anyone else to go to or anyone else to hang out with. Gucci's didn't. I didn't have nobody else to hang out with. Andy Dick didn't. So it was just a shit show, and we all ended up in this weird Sunset Boulevard with a A-list celebrity. It was so weird.
yeah. For some of y'all that don't know, the celebrity Andy Dick was actually involved eventually in this RV show. Almost some people even say the phrase kidnapped in a weird way, but
no,
you know,
we wanted him
I'm
gone.
just kidding with that. No, obviously we saw what developed from that shit show and his relationship with everybody there. But yeah, it was crazy. I will admit. I mean, holy moly, there was a host of different individuals and characters, and honestly, like you said, I think only one person really profited from all that, because I didn't see anybody really come out with anything other than just more substance abuse problems, or, you know, in this case, you know, just really just finding themselves in a worse situation than they were, you know, before they met Captain Content. But, you know, that's another story, like I said. So can you tell us about how you were introduced to Trina? What your first experience was, or where you met her, even if it was maybe even outside of the RV. I mean, I don't know. But if you'd like to just start off with that, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll also say this. If you like court coverage, I know it's like New Jersey court coverage, but clearly you do court coverage all over the place. Andy Dick was really, he's really interesting, because I did see him. People say, oh, it was consensual sex with this, that, and the third. There were definitely times where he did not have consensual sex, and he was definitely a sexual predator. Like, we were one time at Costco in the parking lot, and me and Kat, we were like babysitting him because he's drunk. I don't know if you've ever had like an alcoholic in your life. You have to kind of babysit them. But we were sitting in Costco in broad daylight, and Andy Dick takes his penis out and wraps it around his wrist, and he says, look, and we turn around and his penis is out. So it was a lot of stuff like that. So if you want juicy details about illegal stuff, I got that on Andy.
Oh, man.
That might be a different stream, though.
Yeah, well, and
But
just
Trina.
to clarify something, I'm not from New Jersey, although it's part of the title. My channel originally started from trolling, essentially, Ski Mask Andy, which I'm probably sure you've heard of him. But that, you know, he got in a lot of trouble. That's a lot of his trouble started in New Jersey, and that's where the NJCourts name came from. But as you said, I have traveled kind of cross country now, providing some court coverages. We just started, so you know, we are a new channel. So yeah, Andy Dick, if I had the channel at the time, I definitely think a lot of our viewers would have been interested in that court coverage, because there was a lot going on with him at that time. I mean, geez, I think even just when I was following that time of the stream, I think I seen he got in trouble twice, if I wasn't mistaken, where he had to show up to court. You know, that's just what I saw. But yeah, I'm sure there's a lot, and I'm sure there's a lot of stuff ongoing now. And hey, you know, who's not to say that we may start covering some A or B, or I think now he's maybe considered a C-list celebrity. But yeah, no. So definitely, I know there was a lot of crazy shit that went on, and for some of you that aren't, you know, familiar with what, you know, Lauren was kind of mentioning, Andy Dick at one time, the actor, the comedian, was part of this show, essentially, shit show as we call it now. But yeah, so if some of you want to jump down that rabbit hole, by all means, there's plenty of clips you can go and pulled, but you know, just use your noggin. You can find some of the juicy ones out there. But yeah, if you want to jump down that rabbit hole, that's a whole another hole that you guys can jump on. But tonight we're going to be discussing Trina Golden. So
yeah. Okay, so Trina, yes, you asked me about Trina, yes.
No, and I'm not trying to change your subject. By all
let's
means,
talk about Trina.
I would love to discuss Andy Dick, you know, and get into all that shit. But tonight we are, you know, obviously finishing up our coverage. Not finishing up, just getting more into the coverage with Trina Golden. So, and that's why I appreciate you coming up. I had reached out to you because obviously I know she was part of the RV, and I know you were. So I figure at some time you all would probably have an interaction, and obviously knew a lot of the same individuals or characters from that. So
definitely. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So I met Trina. Let's see. How did I meet Trina? So this was when I had like, I don't know if people like remember this or not, but I had hooked up with Sunny IRL. So he's in India right now. And I hooked up with him in like April or May. And yeah, shortly after I met Captain Content, right before I moved to LA. Sunny had stayed with me a few days in San Jose, and that's when I was introduced to Trina Golden. When Sunny and I were in LA together, we had a rooftop party at Sunny's house, or Sunny's cousin's house, I guess. And Trina showed up there, and she was like, Sunny said, Trina is going to come, but she's not sure about you. She says that she wants to kick your ass. And I was like, okay, whatever, she can come. But, I was hoping it would just be us. And then Trina came, and she was really, really sweet. She was very, very sweet. And she seemed like very like timid, like she was like unsure. And she seemed like, I don't know if insecure is the right word, but I think she was just not secure. So maybe not like insecure, like jealous or like uncertain of herself, but uncertain of situations. And she was very, very sweet. She always wanted to like, ask me if I wanted anything, ask me if I wanted anything to drink or anything to smoke. But Trina, she's insecure in terms of social things because like we would hang out that night and then like I wouldn't talk to her or text her back or say anything to her. We wouldn't communicate at all. And then she'd randomly go on her stream and be ranting about me. So I think she's just like a really troubled person that really wanted to find a place in the world. But I met her at a rooftop party and we were all drinking and partying and smoking weed. So.
Now you mentioned she was kind of already like speaking, or I guess knew of you before she got there. Do you think that was just through watching like the streams? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to confirm that.
Yeah. Also, okay, I'll be straightforward with this. We both have like this white girl who hangs out with black guys type of vibe going on. So I think that she saw me wearing fake ponytails and she had fake ponytails and she's like, "Who's this bitch?" I'm not sure about her, but it's like whatever. That's kind of also the vibe I had gotten from her, and I was like, well, I just wear fake ponytails because I'm trying not to wear my curly hair down, but whatever.
You think she was trying to mac down on Sunny or what? Is that where a little
No, it's just a weird like typecast thing that we both had like kind of stuck to, I guess, where it's like the white girl who hangs out with black guys around the hood. So, but the difference between me and her is that she has criminal records. I don't have any. So,
yeah.
Well, but speaking of which, I just broke up with my boyfriend from the hood. But anyway.
All right. So you're single and ready to mingle now.
Yeah, but I want a Christian guy. I want him to love Jesus more than he loves me. So if I disobey the Lord, he breaks up with me.
I think that's fair enough to ask. So you met Trina at this party, which was being cousin, you said.
Oh, it just broke up a second.
Party, a streamer on the RV, and she hadn't been on the RV yet. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Well, she was on the RV before me. She started on the RV. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about Trina on the RV. So Trina was on the RV starting in December of 2022. So Captain had done his previous summer in San Francisco with like Speedy, Gucci's, and some other folks. He took a little break, and then he came back in December and put out a Craigslist ad. Trina was one of the people that showed up. There was this like lady, this Asian lady, and she was really offended by Captain Content's concept with the Craigslist ad. And that was the first stream where Trina was on and Trina was defending him. And then from that point forward, she was just like, I think she lived in Airbnbs, but she'd come on the RV and party with everybody. And there was a thing where she went to Vegas and LD was there and Gucci's and some other folks. So she had been around the RVs for a while just partying. And she told me that when I met her in May on the rooftop party, she told me that she wanted to be a chef and she had this acting career she was building. And she seemed really goal oriented. So I don't know, when I saw her streams in like August or September and she said she had cancer, that's when I was like, does she have cancer? Is she just a scammer and she's a grifter? It sounds like she's just really lost, but I don't know if that answers your question though.
Yeah, no, it does. Thank you, because I was just a little bit confused as to your guys' time, who was on the RV first or before after. So thank you. So if I heard everything correct, she had came on the RV first. Okay, and then you had gone after she. Okay, great. Now at this party, it sounded like she, had some conversation with you. Did she ever discuss anything as far as her past, like where she came from or why she was in LA, or that she was from Kansas or anything like that, or?
Yeah, good question. So she told us that she was from Kansas, and she'd talk about how she loves Kansas City and her roots are in Kansas and she loves it. She never made mention about anything criminal that she's done. She's never talked about anything. I wouldn't have guessed that. I mean, you could probably like stereotype and make an assumption that she is, but I didn't make those assumptions. I just try to treat her with respect, like she was treating me with respect. But yeah, she would talk about Kansas, but she'd talk about her like sons or her family from all over the place. She never talked about any like drug dealing or illicit anything that she did. And you know what's interesting, and this probably is your next question, I never saw her sell drugs or have any fentanyl or heavy drugs around her at all on the RV. She was just like the rest of us. She was smoking pot and drinking alcohol. So I never saw her with any heavy substances or hard substances or pills, and she certainly wasn't selling them to anyone. So maybe she was genuinely trying to clean up her life and leave the country. I don't know. So
Right. Well, I appreciate you giving us that insight, because that was going to be one of my questions. So thank you. Because obviously, it's, I mean, obviously we don't stereotype, but I mean, geez, I would have never thought she, was, I mean, these type, again, I don't have a lot of the information, just what we've kind of publicly seen that's available. I am planning on hopefully getting some of the more detailed information that's available about the case. But, from what we've just kind of heard, it obviously sounds like there was involved the sale of some drugs, and that, obviously led to the overdose of a young individual who passed away from that. So, I mean, I guess I just never would have thought she would have been some, kingpin type of drug dealer, whether that was, the situation, or, this was just some small amount, maybe the first time she's done something like this. Again, I'm not too certain. And you obviously answered the question that she never mentioned anything about that, never talked about selling drugs while she was on the RV, which, I'd figure if you were a drug dealer, you probably have a lot of opportunities to do that while you're with a lot of people who are abusing substances. But it could have been the fact that she just wasn't around that, like you said, because she was trying to better her life, or that was left at home in Kansas and she didn't have access to, those type of people. So that insight helps a lot, because, that, like I said, if she wasn't really, soliciting that in California, maybe she was trying to run from her past, but for the better. But, one thing we discuss a lot, especially kind of with Ski Mask, is, we're always for people wanting to change their life. Obviously, like you've said, you made a lot of changes, but, people do have to serve their time that they owe, and they do, especially in this case that involves a young individual, a female that's passed away, that's now left, family, friends, her life to just, never be what it could have been. She was 19 years old. I definitely believe that, those individuals need to pay for the crimes if they are found guilty. So, although she may have been trying to change her life, I don't know, but, obviously it caught up with her, because, it sounds like, and I don't know if you can answer this. Do you know if she got in any trouble in California legally, while she was part of the RV, or what may have led to arrest? Because I think what we're trying to figure out was, did they actually find her, go looking for her, and finally found her and arrested her? Or do you know if she may have done something that caused, her to get arrested? Obviously they checked her ID and then found out that she had the open warrant, in Kansas. So I'm not sure if you can answer that or not, but
that's a good question. So Trina hung around the RV pretty steadily, probably until like June or July. And then for some reason, we didn't hear from her. I don't know if she went to a different part of California or something. So what had led to her arrest, that happened after she had left us. So I'm not sure what led to that. But my question is I wonder, I'm someone who's trying to take advantage of a second chance right now and do the right thing, because I don't know how many second chances you get in life. It seems like for Trina, she kind of got her final chance a while ago, and now she's paying the consequences of her actions. So if I ever saw Trina again, I'd wonder, where did it start? Was there an opportunity in high school to join a gang that was lucrative, or with my ex-boyfriend, that was his situation? Or I don't know why someone would ever go down the road where it leads to selling pills to kids. Was you can't get hired at a job? I don't really understand that part. So.
Right. Well, especially at this point of her life, at her age, where you think we kind of, she matured out of all that. Well, and then again, it doesn't matter what age, people do bad stuff at any age, but I know she had mentioned, and you had said something about this. She had done a fundraiser for a taco or a food truck. Do you know about that? Or can you elaborate a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. So, I wonder. Trina definitely seems like she's from the hood. Some of the stuff that she does, because it's you don't even make a GoFundMe for a truck. I don't know. That seems so silly to me. Maybe go get a loan at a bank or something. I don't know if that's a legitimate thing, but that's how I would start if I needed money for a taco truck or whatever. But she was always talking about her food business, And she was always talking about how much she loved to cook and she wants to cook things. And she seemed like she really wants to like mother and be loving and be caring. Like she wanted to make the change in her life, but there were certain things holding her back that she wasn't being straightforward with. So she definitely had like her first approach to things in life seems to me to be like illegal. Let me try to do things like the illegal scam artist way instead of do it legitimate. So that, if I was smart, would have clued me into being, oh, maybe she's hiding. But I didn't pay attention to any of that. So, but
So
it does
you're
seem weird
saying
to
you
have a
you
GoFundMe.
never got that vibe from her that she was, running away from something, especially something serious like that. I mean, let me ask you this. Do you think it's a trip how somebody that's running away from those charges would want to essentially join like an RV show like that where their face is going to be on 24/7? If I'm not mistaken, wasn't your image pretty much out there at all times for everybody and anybody, right?
Yep.
So,
Even when you're sleeping and farting in your sleep, it's all
yeah,
out there.
yeah.
So that's a great point. Yeah. I don't know why she did that. Like you mentioned, like maybe like an hour ago, like maybe it was her narcissism or narcissistic personality. But when I interact with her, she seems like the opposite of a narcissist. So I just maybe think she's a fool, like maybe very foolish. Like I was very foolish. So I don't know why she would put herself out there like that. Like she wanted to go be a movie star, but she has a criminal record. I don't know how long, or she had a criminal thing. Like, I don't know about course. So she had like she had a warrant out, I guess. So I don't know why she'd want to be a movie star with that. I have the same question as you.
You know what? I do too. I mean, I'm shaking my head here, but honestly, a lot of these people we've been following, Lauren, that's why I bring up that word is they all really suffer from being a narcissist. I mean, they have a lot of stuff going on, but I would say the one major thing they all share in common is just a narcissistic trait because, like for example, like you just said, why would somebody want to, when they've got a lot of shit going on that they ran away from, think they're going to go on and be an actor where your name's going to be out there on the credits, right? And your face would be out there. I mean, let's just say she landed a gig on a film, even as somebody in the back. I mean, as a, what do they call it? I would imagine your name's still going to be out there. I mean, your face is going to be out there. And I'm sorry, excuse me. We do always recognize donations here because respectful. SoCal, was her food truck called Tacos on the Run? Yeah, I don't know, but that would have been a name that would have been perfect for that truck had we known what she had done already. But I don't know if you know this, but they're mentioning it in the chat. And again, you probably may not know, but they're saying that possibly the victim was her nephew's best friend. Let's see here. So nephew. So that would be okay. All right. I was just trying to think. You had mentioned she has family back home, like a daughter. Is that correct? Okay.
Yeah, she has some sort of family. I remember she had like some streams where she was in Colorado for a bit with her family. And maybe that has, I don't know if those are still on her channel, but maybe that has some clues too about some of her family. But she said that she has sons, but she would always talk about her sons in weird ways. Like she would talk about like sex, not sex with her sons, but like her sons having sex. She would talk about them in inappropriate, which would be like,
okay.
No, she would talk about her sex. That's what she'd talk about her sex life in front of her sons. Like very open sex stuff in front of her sons that she does. And I just think that as a mother that, I don't know. I don't think she has a good relationship with her kids. So I don't know though.
Right. Well, I mean, they were saying in the what I heard from the public defender was she was claiming that she could stay at a daughter's house. But who knows? Like I said, I mean, they were trying to say she had a medical condition. Ultimately, they wanted her not to, to pretty much not have a bond so that she could just be immediately released. But obviously with her track record, that wasn't going to happen. So yeah, no, that's interesting. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we really just started, with the coverage hover. We've looked at more the criminal side of it. I don't like to jump in people's past history. It's just not what we do. We really just kind of jump into what's going on with the current court case. But a lot of times we have to do that because a lot of stuff that's happened in the past is what's, pretty much caused, what's going on now. So, and that's like I tell people, if you are more interested, and like you had mentioned, there's probably a lot of clips out there that people could start watching and learning more about her personality and more about who she is. Versus, next week, I'm hoping to have a lot more documents that are having to do with the current court case and know more details around, what she did essentially, Was this a large amount? Was she selling to a lot of people? I mean, was she a kingpin? I mean, who knows? Like I said, I don't want to make some allegations here, but that's why I appreciate you coming in and giving us, some insights and answering a lot of questions. Thank you. I had a lot of questions that you've answered, so I appreciate that. Would you like to share anything else, that you think would be helpful with the channel or in continuing with the court coverage that the viewers would, think is important or having to do with the case that you learned from Trina, or that, just your own comment or anything you may have?
Yeah, I think Trina, I don't think she's a kingpin. I think that she is someone who continuously makes poor choices and then it just added up after a time. Like, I'm not sure. Maybe she was in a situation where she felt she needed to sell fence and she didn't understand how serious her consequences was. I don't know if she's like evil, like El Chapo or something. I don't know. But I think she just is a very lost person and she doesn't know how to clean up her mess. So I just wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. That being said, what she did was really evil. So she definitely should go to jail. Yeah.
Well, I personally agree with your opinion. So again, that is my personal opinion, but I agree with you. I think once we start learning more facts about this case, a lot of the, I mean, I personally, I've already been sent a few pictures. I guess it's like a Facebook memorial of the victim. And it's sad. I'm not going to share that out of respect to the family. But it's just sad because it was a young woman, it was a 19-year-old. We've all been 19, we know at that age, we have a lot of things going on. I mean, the whole world is new to us, we want to do everything. So I think it's just sad that that young person was pretty much robbed of that life. And yeah, people can sit and argue, well, hey, was she the person that actually, helped and, her ingest these, whatever it was that she took? Well, me personally, I'm glad to see that the legal system is going after these, drug dealers and people that are responsible for, essentially putting these, these pills or whatever it may be in these people's hands, and I get it. I know there's also the responsibility of the other person, but, in Trina's case, I agree with you. I hope that she does get the justice that, that needs to be served. So, and that's if she's found guilty. So,
I think
all right, Lauren. Well, yeah, I appreciate you. I don't want to take up a lot of your time. I see it's getting a little dark there. And I do want to drop some information. We're not going to be ending the channel. We're just, the evening stream. We're just going to be ending the channel, the panel portion here. But you still have your, you still currently have a channel on YouTube.
Yep.
Is that correct? Or you've changed kind of the, what you're doing in that? Can you kind of talk a little bit about that and let everybody know kind of, where they can find your information and stuff and follow you on?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Yeah. So I have a channel now. It's not the Lala looking up. That's all done. I deleted that. This is a new channel where I just read from the Bible. So I don't preach or make a sermon. All I do is read from the Bible, and as I'm reading, I kind of interpret like my perception of it or my understanding of what Jesus Christ is instructing us to do or what we can learn from it. So yeah, there's like a lot of different rhetoric about Christians, but I think if we just read the Bible straight out, it helps people understand, and I feel like it's much more it's more glorifying to what God has called me to do at this point in my life is share the message of what the Bible says. So that's what I do on my channel. I just share the Bible and talk about my struggles as a Christian. So if you go to my community tab now, there's an apology to like Controlla, because there's a lot of cancel stuff on Controlla and there's a lot of reasons why people don't like her. But I think that she's trying to follow Jesus Christ, and I just want to make the right steps and be the first person to apologize to her for any pain that she's going through that I caused, because I know that she's kind of like a dog in a corner and she feels like she doesn't owe anyone an apology. So maybe she feels like more ready to apologize to others if someone else apologizes first. So that's what I do on my channel. I try to act like a Christian and do it better.
Hey, you know what? I think that's what YouTube needs a lot, is to see stuff like that. Because right now, a lot of our focus on this channel is a lot of these bully and shit channels that are on and that, have used YouTube as a platform to not only harass, break the law, and bully, ski mask. They're using it as a platform to scam a lot of victims. And it's horrible. Since I started this channel, I've had people just come, not anonymously, just reach out to me. And, they have the proof, these aren't just allegations. I've seen, like they say, the receipts, and it's disgusting to see, how bad this gets and how, essentially these people have used a platform that's free and has access to a lot of people to do this. So, like I said, I wish we could find more content, unfortunately, but like you said, we've got to start somewhere. And ultimately, I always wish change for everybody. So thank you for mentioning that. Thanks for shouting out your channel. And also, everybody, if you didn't catch that, in the description of this video, I also have Lauren's link to her channel, as well as her Venmo.
Thank
so
you.
much appreciated. I think Lauren definitely deserves some appreciation, especially monetarily, for coming out this evening in her time. And once I'm done here, Lauren, I'll definitely shoot you a thank you for coming out and taking some time off of your Friday night. You look like you might be going out somewhere.
Well, I was on
Y'all
Good Times
take a
podcast earlier, but no, I appreciate that. And I was going to say something. Oh, if you want me to come back ever and talk about Andy Dick, I have a lot of details about that because most of my time on the RV was with him. So if you want details
Okay.
about that, got lots of stuff about that.
All right. Well, hey, you know what? We'll put it up and we'll see what the jury says. So we'll make a decision. Like I said, we've actually started doing a lot of obviously kind of the smaller IRL people that a lot of us are familiar with in a lot of the different communities that we watch. But who's not to say that NJCourts is going to start going up to some of these more, larger cases. And I mean, it doesn't matter the individual. I guess it's just more of the, media is more interested, obviously, because this person being the celebrity they are. But yeah, definitely. I'd love to get in touch with you again and talk some Andy Dick. And, if it's okay, if we ever have any other questions, can I reach out to you in regards to, Trina or anything like that? All right,
Absolutely.
cool.
Anytime.
Hey,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you
You're
so
the
much.
best.
Hey, Lauren, you're awesome. I appreciate you coming on. Lauren, aka Lala, whether you want to put that in the past, whatever. But again, I appreciate your time and thank you so much for coming out here and sharing that information with us. Okay.
Anytime. Thank
Take
you.
care,
Have a good
Lala.
night.
Hey, you too. Thank you. All right, everybody. So that was Lauren, aka Lala. Again, okay, cool. I'm up here now. Again, I appreciate her taking the time to, come up and share a lot of information. A lot of the questions I had, she was able to answer. I was taking some notes here. So a lot of it had to do with the timeline of everything. And yeah, that helped. That helped me put a lot of this together. And yeah, I mean, it pretty much looks like we just had mentioned, that it appears that Trina was in LA and, had been running away from these charges. Like according to Lauren, even at the time of, a party where, they're a little liquored up, she still didn't, mention anything as far as what she had done in Kansas. So she was obviously keeping that, under tight lips. That's for sure. And like I said, it's kind of ironic when, you might be doing that, but yet you're willing to put yourself out on a, essentially a online production that's showing 24/7 your image, your name gets doxxed eventually. I mean, it's weird. I'll tell you that. And I still kind of, don't understand, but hey, and I'm not calling that individual stupid. Maybe I am, but there's a lot of stupid criminals. That's why they're, in jail, essentially. All right, so let's see here. Okay, just seeing if somebody else. I appreciate everybody that's hitting me up on Instagram with some questions and also sending me some information. If there's a question I can't answer this evening, I will do my best to get back to you afterwards. So thank you guys for your patience on that. All right, let me jump back onto the stream here. That way I can see if anybody has any questions about what we talked about. Yeah, she looks really good. You can tell she, what was the joke? Hey, hold on. Who was asking that earlier in the comments? There you go. Somebody, I think it was, I don't know if it was Snert, but somebody was asking if she still was at size 6. I think Lala is that size 6 now or smaller. Again, I don't know a lot about those women dresses. So, but we can ask Ski Mask. He might know. Anyway, so, I appreciate that insight that we got from Lala in regards to Trina. Like I said, she mentioned some other names for some of you that may be interested in following some of the rabbit holes that came from some of these individuals on that RV. Andy Dick was one of them. So if you guys didn't even know about that was a crazy shit show. I'll tell you that. There you go, John Jacobs. See, you got it. All right, link to Lala's YouTube is not valid. Okay, so let me fix that here. Let me get the correct one then. Just excuse me here because I don't want to set Lala up for failure here. Let's see here. I thought I had her show up. Oops, hold on. Hold on. Ah! What am I doing here? Why do I hear myself? Oh, that's why. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do this on my other phone. See, why wasn't I not thinking here? Don't mess with the streaming computer. Just do it on your phone. Give me 1 second and we'll get that correct. I know if you just search, yeah, there you go. Thank you, Daisy. And let me just make sure I got the correct one here. I already got it pulled up. All right, so it's going to be at Lauren, spelled Lauren, LAHRMAN. That's all one word. So if you go to, YouTube, https://youtube.com/ and you're going to put the at LAUREN, all one word. And that's how you can find our YouTube channel. And I'll fix that in the description. That way, anybody that catches the replay will have the correct link. So thank you, whoever caught that. Thank you so much. And see, a lot of people, Mark Henry, I was reading some of your comments here, and thank you for sharing some of that information. So if some of you didn't catch what I had said earlier, one of the questions I had for Lala was if she was aware a little bit more about Trina's family. And it appears the reason I asked was because we've gotten word, and I believe this was from Mark Henry, that, and again, and I'm not saying that what you're saying is incorrect. It's just, this is where first time I've heard this. So, I would like to verify everything. So, but as of right now, we're told that this was her, what was it again? I wrote this down. Nephew's best friend. If I'm not mistaken, Mark Henry. So obviously she probably knew the victim, or she knew somebody that was close to the victim. So it wasn't just some random, individuals, what I'm getting, which kind of is making a lot of sense. Kind of like Lauren had mentioned, was she didn't think she was some kingpin, or even kind of related into that type of like a drug dealer. It was more, she just got herself in a bad situation, and this happened. And we're going to find out more facts about that. Like I said, I've already started working on that process of requesting that information. Whatever's going to be available for this case, I will share that with you. And hopefully we'll start to get more, better idea of what really happened. That way we're not sitting here and making allegations. But obviously there is a lot of stuff that's public, and, we can share that. All right, so let's see here. I'm just reading through the chat. Actually, let me get the chat on my phone because I know the chat on the computer is a little lagging behind. At Tammy, we do not know that information. I believe we heard the prosecutor say it was Oxycontin was the pills or the type. And if I'm mistaken, correct me in the chat. But if I thought I heard correct, they do mention that it was the sale of oxycodone. And I might pronounce that wrong. And I know there's like 2 different types. I don't know. But either way, it was an illegal substance, an opiate. And again, I'm not sure, how many were sold, if it was ingested, if it was snorted. I don't have that information. Okay, so somebody says, yes, oxycodone. And, I want to mention something that was really important that Lala brought up, or excuse me, Lauren, because I saw a lot of that. I was looking through a lot of the comments from some other different communities, like the IP2 community board. And there was a lot of kind of rhetoric going around, like if, possibly kind of the whole Blade and Becky thing. There's always kind of been this rumor that Becky had, and again, I don't know much about this. These are all allegations for all I know, because I've never seen hard proof. Just like with Ski Mask, right? We literally got a video that he did himself of him, using an illegal substance up his nose 2 times, okay? And we've got that posted on the NJCourts TV clip channel if you don't believe me. All right, that's hard evidence, okay, of drug usage. You can't say you didn't do it, especially when it's on your own live stream, okay? But in the case with Becky and Blade, there was a rumor that I guess Becky, which is his girlfriend or fiance, was a substance abuser, and they were possibly hanging out because there was a time I think Trina was hanging out with them. I don't know if she was staying with them or anything, or I know Blade stayed out over at her Airbnb once because there's a clip of him pissing on her floor. Typical Blade. But yeah, I mean, there was obviously a close relationship between the 3 of them. And so the rhetoric that was put out there was, was it because of the whole, drugs and this and that? Hey, I don't know. I'm not going to start that. But again, I can't deny that. But, one thing we can learn, though, is, why I'm bringing this up is Lauren did mention that while she had interacted with her, remember, this is her interactions and what she had heard, that there was, no sales of drugs being done by that individual. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, who knows? All right. Obviously, this person's done a lot of bad stuff. And remember, this is just one thing on the record. There's other charges related to why they, extradited her. The charge relating to the distribution of drugs and death is just the, obviously the more serious one. That was a level 1 felony, and that was why they said it had a minimum of 15 years as far as the sentence minimum. Okay. Remember, they can sentence her to more. That was the minimum. And she had other probation. She pretty much had the other 2 charges that we saw in that paperwork. Those were pretty much charges for her breaking her probation. So what we need to find out next is what was she on probation on, and essentially what did she do to break that probation? And again, we still need to figure out, was she tracked down in California like the prosecutor was saying? Or did she do something? Did she get a speeding ticket or get pulled over and they ran her license and then, learned about the open warrants? But that's something I'm very curious to learn of. But I appreciate Lauren giving us a lot of the timeline down because that's going to help me kind of pinpoint a lot of, all right, she obviously wasn't on the RV at this time. Was she staying with Blade? Okay. Pretty much I'm trying to find the time frame when she wasn't with anybody and when she was probably, that was the time she got in trouble. And I believe that's when she obviously left the RV. She probably had left staying, hanging out with Blade and that crew. And I think she was on her own. I remember she was streaming a little bit with some boyfriend of hers. Real weird relationship. It was really weird, but that was the last time I had seen her streaming. She was just driving around the city, LA, staying at Airbnbs and motels with this other individual, which she said was her boyfriend. And that was it. And then I never heard about her again until, obviously now when she's been extradited and sitting in handcuffs in jail, in a Kansas jail. And obviously that charge was serious enough where they extradited her. I mean, I would imagine they'd extradite anybody. I don't know if it's just the state of Kansas, but they did not want her. Like, if they really tracked her down, like he had, the prosecutor used that phrase, tracked her down. If they really did that, then, they want some justice. That's for sure. So, again, we were just kind of getting into the weekend since we started coverage. So a lot of the information that I'm able to request has already been processed. I've already started, but I'm probably not going to be getting in that information till, next week. So, and again, we don't even have a hearing coming up until August. So we've got plenty of time to, start getting into the case more. And if anything comes up, if the trial date changes, obviously we're going to know and we'll start from there. Ultimately, I'd love to provide the court coverage on this case because it's probably going to go to a jury trial. And this is a very serious case. Obviously, it's going to be a lot different than any of the other cases that we've done court coverage on. And the charges are going to be obviously leading to a lot more serious punishment if this person's found guilty. So, and then if it goes into a jury hearing, you're going to get to witness that side of it, which we didn't get to witness in the Gamble hearing because it didn't make that. It didn't get to that part of the process of the trial. So we still have not witnessed a jury trial. So if it goes to that, That's definitely going to be some court coverage that I would definitely want to be providing. So that's in August. We've got the Controlla case still ongoing. We discussed that, and we're not going to get into that this evening, but we did discuss her new court date on the last time we discussed all her stuff, and I'll give you guys an update on that. But we did finally get all the correct information, so we know what's going on with her. There was a lot of just, bullshit rhetoric going on the day after, the same day she had her hearing, that she was in jail and yada, 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 yada. So we finally figured out what was going on with her. We have her new court date. It's still not going to be set for a jury trial. So ultimately, if it goes to the jury trial, that would be the hearing that, we'd want to be providing the court coverage. Not even on this one coming up. Again, it's just going to be a pre-indictment conference. So ultimately, we've got a lot of court hearings coming up, but we still have plenty of time for those. We have plenty of time for fundraising, and we have plenty of time to provide, any coverage or public documents that we didn't have before. Generally, those can take anywhere between, I've seen as quick as 3 days to as long as a couple of weeks. So at least we have the time to get as many documents that are available to the public as we can, so that we can learn a lot more about, in this case, the Trina Golden case. So I appreciate you all, following the same track as I am. You guys are learning just as with me. We're doing this all together. So again, thank you, Lauren, for coming up and getting us that insight that none of us would have been able to have because we weren't there. So, all right, well, let's move on here a bit, shall we? Kind of get a little stretch. All right, let me have a little sip of my water here. It is Friday night. I'm trying to lose some weight. My Skiwi's been making fun of me. All these other shit channels been talking about my belly. So I guess it's better for me anyways, not drinking any beer on the weekends. But I'm gonna just start some waters with y'all. I know it's not gonna be fun, but hey, cheers! And you guys drinking a beer, have a drink for me. So hopefully the water diet will help get some of that just immediate, sugar, fat, soda fat out of me. We know it's gin. John Jacob, prove you it's not gin, okay? Watch. If that's really gin, then I'm probably going to be dead in the next 20 minutes. Or severely unconscious, one or the other. So, yeah, let's move on a bit, shall we? I promised you we'd get into the new individual. I didn't forget. So let me just see here. I have some other. Actually, you know what? While we're stretching, let me bring up my other clips that I had ready. See, let me explain something here. So even the premiere StreamYards edition that I have, it still only lets me put up a certain amount of clips that I can put up and then, show. So what I got to do is when I want to show more clips, I got to take some of the other ones down. So let me take a few of these down, and then I'm going to upload a few more clips that I have for you. One, we're going to be doing an introduction. It's going to be a brief, very brief introduction into our new character. I hate that word. Golly, it's because they get these weird names is why I think they're characters, okay? This individual, because they are not characters, all right? These people do not change the way they are when they're on camera. They're the same person, all right? So we've got that individual that like I said, I'm just pretty much going to introduce them. I'm not going to really talk about what they've got going on, what hearings they've got going on until the next time. We're going to have probably, I don't know. I'll let you guys know on a better date, but we're going to have like an actual real introduction, a whole real live stream show just dedicated to this individual, kind of like when we did with the Trina Golden coverage to introduce them. Tonight, I just want to let you all know who it's going to be. That way, you guys know exactly who we're going to be covering on our next live coverage, okay? But while we're doing a little stretch break, let me just delete these other few clips. That way I can load these other ones on. Otherwise, I'm going to forget. And while we're doing our little stretching break, if you guys haven't, and if you guys are really enjoying the show, I would really appreciate if you could throw me a thumbs up because it really helps. It does help a lot. So thank you guys and gals. Excuse me. Out. Remove from studio. Remove from studio. Oh, I got some really interesting clips. I'll tell you what, the NJCourts name has been going around the tubes. I'll tell you that. I'm not going to ruin them for you, and then once we end the stream, I even got a really funny clip I want to end it on that was done by another clip channel, and much appreciated. Big shout out to them. And I'll tell you who they are as soon as we get to that part. So yeah, we still got some clips. We still got a little fun left in us. I think we kind of got over the more serious shit. We still got to introduce our character here, but like I said, we're going to end the night on a good note here. All right, so I think I got enough of those clips out. I wrote the ones that I need to load up. So that's the intro, that one, and then okay, cool. Let me just load those up really quick, and then we'll continue on. We're on a little brief intermission. And thank you so much. Just to update you on the dono goal, I know it says, I think, 65. We received a few donos while we were doing, kind of the panel show. So I want to say we're probably at about $70 or $75. So thank you much appreciated. I really appreciate you guys doing that. All right, so let's add some clips here. Video files. Oh, man, come on. Downloads. There we go. Is that? Okay, that's one of them. Good. Just got to do two more. Two more. Let's see. I kind of got to guess. I think this is one of them. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, one more. Which one am I missing? I got those two. Oh, the most important one. Duh, that's the one I'm missing. Okay, so we did that. We did that. So is it this one here? Is it this one?
NJCourts, I don't know if...
Oh, yeah. Actually, this is one I even forgot about. Ooh, so I got 4 clips for you, actually. Dang it, I need to find the most important one, though. Did I download it yet? Hold on. Maybe I didn't. We'll just do it. We'll just download it really quick. Oh, I guess okay, cool. I'm downloading it now. It'll be on StreamYard right now. Oh, I got to delete one more. Let's see here. Remove from studio. Oh, okay. I see what it did. All right. That one, that's that one. Okay, that's that one. One last one, and then we're ready to go. So thank you guys for your patience here. All right, cool. There we go. All right, well, without further ado, there we go. I'm not going to ruin it for you since it already came up. So we had a lot of people that were asking for this individual as far as court coverage, and your wish is my command, my friends. So we are going to begin the court coverage of the IRL streamer known as Cheeto. What do y'all think about that, huh? And just to kind of give you an idea of who Cheeto is, this isn't necessarily his last charge. This is just one of them that a lot of you guys probably saw in live stream when this happened. But if you look towards the bottom there, it says illegal use of tear gas. Plea was not guilty. That was the plea, okay? Again, I am just starting my court coverage on Cheeto, so that's why I don't have a lot of the information. It has already been requested. I do have a lot of it already sent to me. I'm going to be putting it together, and that way, when we do a real court coverage introduction into Mr. Cheeto, we're going to have it all ready for you, okay? But yeah, this individual is definitely somebody that I don't favor too much. I've watched them. I know who they are. I've seen their live streams. In my opinion, they're a POS. All right. They, like I said, I'm not going to ruin it for a lot of people. If you guys want to start jumping down that rabbit hole so you're ready or have a good idea of who this individual is when we start the actual, public records and court coverage, just, not Google, just YouTube search Cheeto IRL, and you'll see it all. Like I said, I'm going to have to write a list for this individual just of all the shit that they've done within the last year. Just because basically you've seen most of it on his live stream. So, and that's the thing again. Remember, what's the thing we say that all these motherfuckers have in common? They love to commit crimes on camera. Why? Because they are a narcissist. Again, I know you hate the word, but narcissist. So there you go. Like I said, we were just going to do a brief introduction, but that is the, I would probably say we'll do a mid-weekday, introduction into Cheeto. So probably like Wednesday or Thursday, we'll schedule a, actual Cheeto court coverage introduction. And we'll start that because like I said, ultimately, I'd like to start closing some chapters on these individuals. But, as long as they're open, we're going to still covering, that's the way it goes. And because especially with Trina, her next court case isn't until August. So, we can still, obviously, we're going to finish up discussing of what's going on with their case. There's a lot to discuss, I'm sure. But ultimately, providing any type of court coverage, whether it's through Zoom, like we saw, this week, or through a live court coverage, that won't be anytime until August. So we've got, 3 months, a couple of months to, like I said, finish up some of the court coverage on some of the other individuals and start some new court coverage. And we're going to start off with Cheeto. All righty. So I do want to jump into some of these clips here. I want to start with this one here because I want to tell you guys a little background story about how I was trying to, get some panel guests that obviously had some type of interaction or knew Trina. So who do you think, obviously, I wanted to try to get first? Well, the captain of the ship, the captain of the shit show, Captain Content himself, right? So and actually, I think if some of y'all haven't seen that clip, I actually just posted a clip the other day. I think it was yesterday on the main channel. And boy, oh boy, did it get a lot of views. But it exposes what, as I consider a bad side of Mr. Captain Content. Some people said he was being serious. Some people said, oh, that's just him being sarcastic and funny. Well, either way, I didn't think it was funny. I think the guy's serious? No. But either way, he made the comment, and you guys probably saw it. And if you didn't, you'll have that opportunity to check that out on the main channel. But that's where I'm going with this is on that same live stream where he was making that, that pretty shitty, nasty, vile comment he did towards, this Trina case. I followed up asking him if he would be so willing to come on and discuss his experience with Trina on the panel show, especially since he was getting a lot of heat from a lot of the IP2 forums, not a lot, the IP2 community forum, about him pretty much possibly knowing that she was, on the run and he was, still letting her pretty much stay on the RV. Again, that's just a lot of rhetoric, a lot of allegations. Until we see the proof, I can't say it's the truth. But what I will say, though, is this was Mr. Captain Content's reply when I so kindly asked him if he'd like to come on and talk on the panel show this evening.
Amy, yes. If not, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be.
Let me start here. I think I can get this a little bigger.
NJCourts, I don't know if you.
All right. So if you notice towards the top, you'll see where I ask him if he'd like to join the panel show, and then you'll see his reply here.
NJCourts, I don't know if you pay me, yes. If not, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to. I'm pretty busy.
What's that, Max? What did you say?
NJCourts, I don't know if you pay me, yes. If not, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to. I'm pretty busy.
Well, how much would you have thought I could pay you? Jeez Louise. What do you think we are, CNN? Jeez. So there you go. That was the reply from Captain Content.
NJCourts, I don't know if you pay me, yes. If not, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to.
Well, I'm sorry. I just wanted
busy.
to give you your opportunity to come and speak a little bit about it. But hey, you have every right not to. But I unfortunately am not going to pay somebody, in this case, like Captain Content. I'll help donate, say, hey, thank you for coming on the show. But I'm not going to pay you, like sign a contract, especially when we're a court coverage show. We don't do that. Anyway, so I thought that was kind of funny. And then here's another thing that I thought was, like I said, boy, oh boy, is that NJCourts name's getting around. I'm going to play this here for you, but just listen closely. We'll play it a few times, and then I'm going to discuss it. But I want you guys to listen to it. That way it makes more sense. But I will say this. It sounds like somebody's a little afraid that NJCourts might be visiting them at their next court hearing.
Oh, no, I'm the man. It's channel like 11 people. Let's do New Jersey courts. Just
shout out to Blade for
look at all these videos
for forgiving me. Even though I did betray one of the first things that he told me he didn't want me to do, which was to mess with him in his sleep. So shout out to him.
They can't touch me like ski mask.
You know.
I mean, here's the other thing. Like,
one love to him.
There's a couple people in the chat that like.
Sucks that I have to leave. Sucks that I have to leave tomorrow. I think that me and him can become really great friends. Cheers. And really great streaming partners when it comes to alcohol. But I have to leave.
People in
it is what it is.
I'm
gonna go grab some water and I'll show you guys the shot real quick.
I'll just cop to
I usually just chase my
there you go. Thanks, Cesar. I was just gonna ask who that guy's name was.
Anonymous.
He looks like Pauly Shore. So we'll play this again. And I know it's hard. It's difficult because there's two conversations going on. But the conversation I want you guys to listen to is the one in the back. And hey, Fortune Cookie, good to see you. Listen to the one in the back. I guess that's being told by Saint. There you go. Thank you for saying the name. I guess I'm not familiar who that individual is. I've seen him, I guess, a few times just following the new RV show or whatever. But I guess apparently Saint was and here's where, and I'm gonna play it again, but why I wanted you guys to listen first. I think what Saint is doing is he was looking, or I don't know if he's watching Ski Mask's show, and he's learned or probably seen one of the clips I did on Ski Mask. But yeah, you can hear him saying, "Look at this NJCourts guy." And then he's kind of worried. He's saying something about like, well, if they do decide to pull up my court record, I'm just going to own up to it. Saint, don't make yourself sound like you're that important yet, buddy. You got to have a court hearing first. All right, so let's play that again.
Oh, no, I'm the man. It's channel like 11 people. Let's do New Jersey courts. Just
shout out to Blade for
look at all these videos
for forgiving me. Even though I did betray one of the first things that he told me he didn't want me to do, which was to mess with him in his sleep. So shout out to him.
They can't touch me like ski mask.
You know.
I mean, here's the other thing. Like,
one love to him.
There's a couple people in the chat that like.
Sucks that I have to leave. Sucks that I have to leave tomorrow. I think that me and him can become really great friends. Cheers. And really great streaming partners when it comes to alcohol. But I have to leave.
People in
it is what it is. I'm
gonna
gonna go grab some water and I'll show you guys the shot real quick.
I'll just cop to
I usually just chase my shit with water.
Anonymous.
All right, so that I just wanted to share that with you. I thought that was kind of funny. It was crazy because I was just like, what? This was like at 2:30 or 3 in the morning. Nothing was on, so I'm like, let's see what the guys are doing, right? And then literally, as soon as I literally tune in to, I don't even know whose stream this was. I think this was Stoney's stream. Immediately, as soon as I tune in, I hear NJCourts. Do you hear this? Or you hear that NJCourts? And I was like, what? I was like, did I just hear what I think I heard? So I had to, luckily they had it on the rewind. So I like rewind it and I'm like, hold on here. Yup, that's it. So Saint, if you're watching, somebody just said in the chat that you may have court tomorrow. Well, don't worry about it. I'm not going to be making a flight out there. I don't even know where you guys are at right now. All right. So, yeah, I just thought that was kind of, interesting. Like I said, it was like 2:33 in the morning, barely awake. And all of a sudden I hear NJCourts in the background. And I'm like, what? Anyways, I'd like to, I want to go ahead and kind of say goodnight to everybody. That was about it. I do have one more clip I want to end the show on, and it is a hilarious clip. At least I thought it was hilarious. I hope you guys think it's hilarious. But one, I want to first say thank you to everybody. All the donators this evening, thank you so much. I appreciate you helping me out with my jail bond, cell phone bill, blunt wrap / PB&J Sammy goal. I think we're going to be packing the fridge with plenty of PB&J Sammys. Oh, and don't forget, meatloaf Sammys too. Frozen meatloaf Sammys, okay? So thank you guys for that. But most importantly, thank you guys for coming out and watching the show. I appreciate everybody that, took the time on their Friday night to hang out for a few hours. Thank you to all the mods this evening. Thank you to all the chatters. Everybody did a really good job. I don't think we had to throw out too many people out of the courtroom, but so I'm thankful. Thank you, everybody, for just being respectful of each other. We learned a lot from the chat. Like I said, I've learned a lot. I learned a few things that we were able to kind of throw into kind of, what we were learning on the court coverage from some individuals that pointed it out in chat. So thank you guys so much for that. And hey, good night, Fortune Cookie. I see that. But most importantly, I want to say just thank you to everybody for, like I said, supporting the channel. Miss Lauren, thank you so much for taking time out of your day and coming on the panel show and giving us some insight that we didn't have before. So thank you. Like I said, you answered a lot of questions that I had, especially with the timeline of everything. So much appreciated for that. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody again. I know I say thank you, but really I am so thankful because you guys are really what makes this like I said, this show happen, as well as the court coverage. And most importantly, you guys are what's helping do a really good thing here, okay? We're exposing a lot of the bad that a lot of people don't see, and hopefully with the hope that there'll be some change. So I much appreciate that. Now, with that being said, I'll get a little fake drum roll. Hey, Baseline, thank you so much for that $2 super chat. You have a great night as well, my friend. I really thank you for that, and I hope you guys enjoy this clip. First, I want to thank the clip channel that did this, okay? I always say it the wrong way, so give me a second. I had to write it down just so I don't goof it up, because if I say it the wrong way, it's going to sound like another clip channel, and that's the last thing I want to do. So give me 1 second. I promise I'm not doing this on purpose. All right, let's go to my channel. La, 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 la. And once I get this again in my head, then I'll remember. All right, here we go. So this came from our buddy or buddies at the Safe Place. And a shout out to the Safe Space. See, that's where I get confused, because it says their avatar says Safe Place, but it's called Safe Space. So their clip channel is @the_safe space. So shout out to them. If you guys haven't subscribed or checked out their channel, please do it. Really cool clip channel. And your editing skills are on fire, okay? It's not just because you did a clip on me. I'm very impressed, okay? So again, I much appreciate your clip here. And I will leave all of us, this evening with this clip playing. Once it's done, I will call it a night, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening as well. All right, let me just find it first. I'm not going to talk unless I get a Cash App. Is that Jen? Mods, is that the real Just Jen in my chat? Mods, if that's the real Just Jen, get her out of here. And get Risa out of here too, because she's poor. I don't want any poor people in my chat right now. And I'm not going to talk until I get $1 Cash App. We're going to just sit here and be quiet if we have to until I get a Cash App. Well, it's already been like 20 minutes and I haven't had a Cash App yet. I think I'm just going to end the stream. Yeah, I'm just going to end the stream. I'm going to quit streaming. Okay? Oh, well, hey. You guys heard that, right? Oh, no, that was the phone really. Thank you for that Cash App. Looks like the ladies still want me to stream. Looks like you still love me. Thank you for that. And it says NJCourts is a fat, ugly, lazy dude.
Get paid, little shorty, get paid. 100,000 in the safe, couple thousand in the jeans. Get paid, little shorty, get paid. No, I'm always.
Let's go ahead and get ones in the chat. Ones in the chat, ladies. Let me get some ones in the chat.
Get paid, yeah, get the money, yeah.
That stupid NJCourts. I just got $10 right now. That guy's been going on stream for 10 minutes and he hasn't made $1. I couldn't sleep all night, ladies. I couldn't sleep all night. How about $1 Cash App? I watched NJCourts last night, and in less than 1 hour, he got 3 Cash Apps. And he got 75 memberships. 75 times $3, ladies. Do the math. What's that like? He's making like $2,000 a month. That dude is making $2,000 a month. And all he does is just sit there and go to these court coverages and travels around the U.S. providing badass content. And you guys can't give me $1 Cash App for this? For this? Fuck you.
They tryna block all my blessings. They thought I lost the snapping. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm rapping. Put on for the whole city. Yeah, I got them rocking.
No. Oh wait, cue in bad music. No.
I seen demons and I seen signs. I need reason, you don't need mine. Once I took a roll of that dice, that shit took control.
Oh shit! It did take the double chin away. Watch. That's it. There we go. So, all right, we got to just put it in cute mode. Oh, no, see? You can still see my little, it's hanging. God damn it. Hold on. Yeah, I got it. Oh, wait, maybe if I sit up a bit. No, we're not frozen, Miranda. I'm just not talking until I get a Cash App. Oh, wait, I need my blunt. That's what I'm forgetting. Duh. Okay, well, we don't have one, so we'll have an imaginary blunt. And then you got to have the shit music in the background, right? I just dropped I dropped the link into the chat if anybody wants to join. Hey, Robin.
Hey, Ski! Say hi to all the girls in Boston for us, Ski! Oh, you look so sexy, Ski. Don't let the haters tell you to not look sexy. Oh, I mean, I know you got the meth face going on, Ski, but you're the sexiest meth head in all of Boston, okay, Ski? Sexiest meth head in all of Boston, Ski. I'm telling you. If you come down, you'll fit right in with all them Boston meth head boys. You know, all them boys on the corner smoking the meth. You'll fit right in with them, Ski.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, shout out to @the_safe space for that. That was beautiful. You know what? The music is what made that clip. I'm telling you, you are a badass editor. I mean, you need to be working in cinematography or whatever they are that put the music background, because All right, folks. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for those last donations that came through at the end. We got a Cash App donation from Jose Sanders. Thank you, Jose. If I believe it's the correct Jose, good luck on your bike journey and much appreciated for that donation. And then thank you, SoCal, for that donation, as well as I think I saw another super chat. Let me see here. Yeah, SoCal. Oh, wait, I forgot. And cut. So thank you so much for those donations, SoCal. And if I missed anybody else, I'll catch it on the replay and I'll shout you out next week or the next show. So thank you so much. Much appreciated. And again, I want to wish everybody a very happy Friday night. And please be safe, okay? No drinking and driving. Call an Uber, call Lyft, call a friend. Like I said, have a beer for me. And we'll see you guys probably next Wednesday or Thursday. But remember, if any breaking news comes up over the weekend, you guys will be the first to hear. I promise. All right. Well, with that being said, court is adjourned. Boom, boom, boom. Have a good night, y'all. Take care. Love you guys.